People, this is Carla of the Learn English by Speaking English show, and I am here to speak to the under 20 group in English today. Please, if you're 21, forget it. If you're 40, forget it. This is really for the under 20 crowd. There are two people who are allowed in who are a little bit older, and I don't even know if the other person is coming. Oh, no, she isn't right now. The connection is poor. But this is what it's for. Please respect the younger group of under 20. And with that, I want to remind you we are sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace throughout the world using technology. And as you know, this show has many different conversations going on at a time. Right now, I never know when it comes to the younger group show, but for now, it's just me and Pamela Hills. And Pamela, so I can share it out and get people in, I'd like you to introduce yourself, please.
Okay. Oh, there I am. Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Pamela Hills, and I'm from Newark, Ohio. I'm a little ways away from Carla, who's in Washington, D.C. But you know what? There is no distance between any of us anymore when you come here and talk. You can be clear on the other side of the world, but when you're here, it's as if you are sitting right across from us, from our tables, our desk here in America. This is the wonderful thing about social media. We can all connect and learn from one another. Having a program like this where you can come to and learn English, get over your fears, or just teach us something new. It's incredible. Who would have ever have dreamed that this could be possible? Years ago, even for Carla and I, we wouldn't have known each other unless a friend had introduced us and gave us each other's phone numbers or an address to write to. Now, just like that, you can accept a friend request, meet a friend here, say, hey, can I talk to you? And it's that quick. Um, who would have dreamed that could be possible, truly? Um, I love coming here for many reasons. One is to meet new people. Carla has new people coming each and every day. I hope there'll be some great new kids show up today. Um, and and also tell us what it's like where you live, who you are, about your hobbies and what you enjoy to do. Um, as always, the most important thing is a smile. It's the universal language. It's humanity's language to smile without saying a word. That smile lets that other person know, hey, I can approach you. I can talk to you. You're going to talk to me. So the first thing is come with a smile. And wherever you're at, I love to be out in a grocery store, especially to the elderly people, and look at them and smile. It makes their day. So that's a language we can all speak. And it's one thing I myself, I'll be honest, I didn't understand why Carla was pushing us to smile till I did the research. And It's not that she's being mean, but it can change your whole attitude and the person across from you's attitude as well. If you just smile, it makes us all feel better. Think about, and I think about the past day or so, we've had rain and gloomy and everything, and it literally, it makes you feel like frowning, like crying. But when that sun comes out, that sunshine of a smile, it just brightens up your day. So the first thing, no matter the age, smile. Come with a smile and keep that smile. The other thing is to introduce yourself. As Carla said, and I've said it also, um, to people I talk to, they'll say, "Do you remember me?" And it's like, do you have any idea how many people I talk to each day? There are those that we do remember. They make such an impression on us, or we've been friends for a long time. We may remember, you may remember, but in a setting like this, the world has no idea who you are. So, along with the smile, introduce yourselves. It's very, very important, and you must do it each day. Um, when you're in a classroom setting, when you first come to school, you're asked, to introduce yourselves, or a new student comes, and the teacher will introduce them to the class. If you are meeting a friend on the street, you meet them, you want to know about each other. So introduction is very important as well. So if you remember those two things, you've already tackled the first part of getting over the fear of speaking English. You know about yourselves. That should come easy by saying your name, where you're from, what you do. Um, we're curious about each other. Do you have brothers and sisters? Do you live in the city? Do you live in the village? Um, we're all curious about each other. I love cooking, so I am always curious about food and these kind of things. Um, okay, what else? Okay, I'm going to talk about one thing since no one is here. I shared it this morning. It is something that I taught my kids years ago. And we have so many phrases here in the United States, or idioms, whatever you want to call them. It is unreal. But this one I mentioned the last time I did a cooking show. It's what I taught my children, to eat an elephant a bite at a time. Now, for many of you out there, you might think, oh my goodness, she's going to eat a real elephant. And it's like, no, not a real elephant. But it has to do with your job, with something you may be doing at your house, whether it's working in your garden, whether it's working with flowers, whether you have a huge sewing project. The many, many things that we do is what we call the elephant. The elephant is the project in the room, okay, or your job. It could be at your place of work. You've been given a huge project. That's your elephant. Well, you truly can eat it a bite at a time. We let, even learning English, and lots of things, we let it overwhelm us because we see it as this monster elephant instead of looking at it in small pieces. And this is what I have been doing. It's why I wasn't on Facebook yesterday. I have an elephant in my basement. Okay. It's a huge, huge project I've gotten myself into. And so, little by little, this huge project, this job I have, is my elephant. I am eating a bite at a time, okay? And boy, is it going to taste wonderful once it's finished, but that won't be till spring, hopefully, which is good. I mean, I have sewing I want to do, I have other crafts I want to do. I am an avid picture taker. I have millions and millions of photos. Some of them are very old, some of them are passed down from my grandmother, my mother, my brother. Um, Plus, I just love to take pictures of, as you've noticed by the pictures I share on Facebook, and that's just a small portion. But this is another huge project. So along with that elephant, you start at a little corner and you bite that off. And that's success. Because if you see that you're getting somewhere, then it encourages you to keep going on that elephant. And I have been racking my brain. What am I going to do? How am I going to arrange the basement um, in a way that makes storage boxes and stuff I've got to get to because I've got cookbooks, photo albums, I have ancestry and all kinds of stuff.
Okay, Pamela.
Okay.
Let's get it more geared to children because
Okay.
I don't think children really care about your baby.
Well, no, but I know from having grandkids, let me tell you, they get themselves in huge projects. It's called toys everywhere, and they don't know how to pick them up. And
Right, and that is for kids, learning to take that responsibility. But
but
before you go further, I want to remind people this show is for under 20-year-old people. For some reason, I don't know where they are. I know
oh,
Maria is still in Mecca, but we're waiting for people
nobody
under
has come.
22. Um, well, we need to gear it for children.
But 20-year-olds are not children. We've got to talk to them as well. And they
Right.
have major projects.
They have projects like exams.
Yeah,
They
like
have projects like getting ready for what they're going to do in the future and not being concerned about it. I'm
mhm.
not saying the topic, I just want to kind of go a little younger than basement. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I mean, I'm not saying
See,
it.
this is what you do to me. This is what makes me upset. You don't hear the rest of what I'm saying. And
Say it. I'm sorry.
I've had 20-year-old kids, let me tell you. And many of them, they're not just kids in college. Kids are married.
Right.
Kids are married. Kids are working and have adult responsibilities. They're not just little kids. So I kind of address the older part where you get we're a team here. Don't let that
Right.
fool you.
You're right.
Yeah. But I guess from my having kids and grandkids, let me tell you, I've seen more big elephants than you can shake a stick at.
Right.
But right now, I just want to plead with, please come, come, come. Tell us about your elephant. Talk to us.
Okay. Someone, and I don't know how old he is, but
Uh-huh.
you're asking how to enter the Zoom room. You come through Giggle Fest University. If you come and you're older than 20, I will not let you in today. You can come any day, Monday through Thursday. I am I sent out invitations yesterday to some people. Actually, I spent most of the time sleeping on yesterday, so they got out late, so maybe the kids didn't see them. But come and join us. this is for a conversation, and we want everyone joining us. And I can see Pamela's working very hard to share it out.
I
I
know.
see the show has been shared out several times already. If you find value to the show, that's this is why we share them out, because you may not have someone under 20 in your household, but your friends may or your family may, and they need to know that we're here to speak with them. Okay, Pamela, I'm going to be quiet now.
Okay. Oh boy, I
Uh,
gotta find something else to talk about. Please, please, please come and talk to us. Um, the one reason I will tell you that is so important to share out is that we all have a different friends. We all talk to different people. A lot of us talk to some of the same people. But in sharing out, this reaches that audience. And so I'm hoping by sharing out, I would love to see some of the young people that I talk to. Please come and let's talk. I'd love to see you here. Tell us what you've been up to. Um, so truly, it is very, very important to share out. There's another phrase, sharing is caring, and it truly is. Um, okay, go ahead, Carla.
Maybe explain what do you mean by sharing is caring?
Okay, okay, okay. Sharing is caring. It can, how can you say? To me, it means many things. Sharing a smile, as I'm in a store, as an elderly person walks by, if that makes them smile and happy, that may be the only smile they see today. That's caring. Um, let's see. Sharing is caring if you're, say, there's an elderly person where you're at, and you check on them. You bring them something to eat. Um, if they're walking down the street and they're having problems, you're there to help them. Um, Sharing when it comes to social media, um, as I said, and I truly believe in my heart, man may have made, this platform, social media, but I truly believe that God has a much higher power for this. It's bringing us together in one world, a smaller world that was not possible before. Talk about sharing and caring. We can be so angry at one point and so loving and caring at the other. Um, and we can find common ground. That's caring. And we can only do that by talking to one another. Um, I am amazed at young people all over the world and the things that they have came up with, have made, have created. It is it is amazing. Well, share their stories if you see them on Facebook. I try to do this each day because they're uplifting stories, and it gets their story out to a broader audience to know who they are and what they've accomplished. I mean, come on, if you've done something amazing with your life, don't you want people to know about it? Of course you do. Sharing is caring. Um, Say you have a recipe or you made something incredible today, share it. You want other people to see what you've done. Those are uplifting moments for us to share. Um, and to me, that's where the phrase sharing is caring comes from. And it actually is a page on Facebook, sharing is caring, and I
It
do
is?
that. Yeah,
I
yeah,
never saw that.
yeah. I came across it by accident, so I share out, some of the things that they have, and you share uplifting quotes, uplifting things. That's caring,
Right.
so
I just wanted people to understand what you mean by that.
mhm,
Um, I'm wondering because there are no children, I'm wondering if, well, I'm going to do the show anyway,
yeah.
but we need, this is for you, and this is the time that you can come and speak out. I'm not sure what's going on today at all. We usually have loads of children who come to the show. Now I know school has started, but 9:30 in Pakistan isn't that late? I know many of you do come around this time. So, which is why we kept the show at this time. When the time change will be happening in the United States very soon, the show will stay at 9:30, although it'll be an hour earlier for me. But I need you guys to come and be a part of this. This is what it's about. It's for you. It's not for me. It's not for my ego. Believe me, I don't get much from it. It's for you to grow and for you to develop. And I know many people are afraid to speak in English, but speaking in English is something that's needed around the world now. Unfortunately, Urdu or Hebrew or French are not the global languages. If they were, I probably would be joining shows where that's happening and learning to speak in those languages. In fact, I probably should find some shows where I'd learn to speak French or I'd learn to speak Hebrew because it's something I used to do and I haven't done it in many years, so I can't do it now. But, you know, forget about your fear of being scared or many people watching. That's not what this is about. It's about coming and letting go of your fears because the only thing that holds you back from doing anything is your mind. And then if in your mind you say, I cannot do it, you're right, you cannot do it. No matter how many times I tell you you can, you won't do it because you believe yourself that you cannot do it. So think about what you're saying to yourself and change it. Change your mindset. It's, I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah.
I seem to be saying it a lot recently.
I've
Do you
never
want to
been
add?
here when there's nobody here, Carla. I don't understand it.
Well, we don't need to talk about nobody being here. I mean, I know that too. I don't understand it. So,
Are you seeing anything where people are saying they're having a hard time getting in, or are you seeing anything?
if I was, I would be saying something about it.
Hmm.
But no, I don't know what's. Hello, Osher Swing. How are you doing? You're older than 20, or I would tell you to come in. Maybe I will take over the over 20 crowd today just to have someone else here to speak to. Um, and if you're afraid you're going to say something that's embarrassing, we don't talk about anything that is really personal on this show. We talk about very broad topics. So that's not even a concern. Um, Help me understand this, people. What in the world is going on today? This is the first time that I think I've ever been on this show where no one this age has joined us yet. Um, I don't know what to say. People have been asking me about a post I put up yesterday a lot, and maybe I'll address it now just so people know. I called it off. I found that the guy was very rude and very obnoxious in conversation, and I just called it off. What do you think about that, Pamela?
Okay, I'm kind of in the dark here. I don't know what the conversation was or why you called it
You
off.
you can't about my upcoming marriage.
Oh, oh gosh. That one that one floored me. Was it real?
I can't discuss that right now, but I will discuss that it will not happen.
Okay.
You
Well,
need to check your inbox for an answer to that.
okay. Well, I did see that, and I saw the comment from Riechman, who was happy for you. um, I will say it's not unusual. After meeting Riechman and he introduced me to Pakistan, I lost count how many marriage proposals I got, and I guess it's nothing uncommon, unusual rather. But as I said, I am very happily married, have been now for 47 years. We're just friends and not looking for anyone. Um, I guess we'll just have to wait and see because when I saw that, I will tell you, I was like, what? So stay tuned, people.
I did want to mention that.
Yeah, that one threw me for a loop because I wasn't on Facebook yesterday.
Well, wrote check your inbox. I
Okay.
can't say anything else.
Oh, someone's
We have, oh, this man is way too old. Nimmo, how old are you? Nyamat, how old are you? You need to answer that question. I may need to kick you off if you're older than 20. Well, he's not answering, so I'm taking him off.
I
Nope.
don't
Sorry, you're not allowed to be here without showing your face.
yeah,
Now, you need to tell me how old you are if you want me to bring you back. Sorry.
okay.
Why? I mean, I said maybe I'll bring people in,
Mhm.
but you can't just expect me to bring you in and you not follow the rules. If you're having an internet connection problem, that's fine. That happens all the time. I understand. But you need to let me know, and that's why I have the chat here. So you can tell me what's going on. All I know for sure is that Maria is not in Karachi right now. She's traveling in Mecca, and I've been seeing all different types of pictures of her in Mecca. Have, maybe we can share some pictures or something. Um, if Drew Mariani is here, he could teach me how to do that. I don't know how to get him.
Yeah, I don't know how you get him here either. So,
Well, he was in the audience. I don't know if he still is. Um, so what can we talk about that's more kid-like to get the younger generation here? Because I certainly do not understand this right now. Oh, talking about that, here comes the younger group.
oh, good. I love it when they come.
The thing is, they never come on time, and I don't quite understand why they come late.
Yeah,
And I would like them.
it seems like it's supper time. If I remember, it seems like they're always the younger ones always eating something. So maybe they've been
Well,
out.
they're always eating anyway. They're
Yeah.
guys. You need to put on your camera. Ah, Dad, Dad, where are you for a moment? Where's your dad, Umar and Amar? Umar and Amar, where is your dad? Well, Amar, you are not supposed to be touching the mute and unmute button. You need to let me do that. Why do you guys always come at the end of the show? Amar, why? You're always half an hour late.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. You called me?
Yeah, I want to know why you always come half an hour late.
This is, I think 7:30 you started now. So just we came, we were outside. Just I came now and then we connected the computer.
Okay, we go on your time 7:30.
Yes, yes, yes. Because I was outside of the home. Just I came and on the laptop.
And why don't you come to the older show? The show for adults.
Show for?
The general show, Monday through Thursday. I sometimes
Yes, next time, inshallah, because we have a time problem, time schedule little bit. So we have to manage the time, inshallah. Soon we will be joining.
Oh, okay. So it's a time thingy. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your student is
Oh,
here.
wait. Let's start with Umar. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Syed Mohammad Umar Ali and I am...
Umar, do me a favor. I know you know English, but there are people out there who do not know English as well. And you need to speak a little slower, okay?
Okay.
Okay, speak.
My name is Syed Mohammad Umar Ali and I am like 11 years old and I study in grade 6.
Okay. And what do you like to study most?
Chemistry.
Why chemistry?
Because it has a periodic table of elements. So that's why.
What about I know it has a periodic table. Why is that interesting to you? Why don't you like art?
Art is for drawing. And chemistry means... And chemistry...
Go on.
If whoever doesn't know what does chemistry means, It means a new substance formed.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Means if you have any kind of element or some kind of powder, add it to a water, and it's now formed a new substance.
What is an element?
It's like, I don't really know about chemistry.
You said you liked it, so explain to me what the periodic table is about.
It's about elements.
Okay, and what is an element?
I, uh, a chemical form? I don't really know really.
Okay, why do you find chemistry interesting? Don't tell me it's don't tell me because I like the periodic table. Explain to me something about it that you like.
Because it has lots of experiments.
What's an experiment?
It means doing something from the chemistry book.
Okay, give me an example of something you do from a chemistry book that you may do.
Like a sulfur and an iron.
So,
If you add them together, it will be iron sulfide.
okay, how can
And
you,
now that's my experiment.
in this phone, there's some iron. You mean I can take it out and put it near sulfur and it'll do something?
No, it's
What do you
another
mean?
kind of iron.
What do you mean?
We need a powder of iron.
What is a powder of iron?
Means like a small little tiny like a particle.
Really?
Yes.
Is this phone made out of particles?
Actually, everything is from particles.
Really? What's a particle? So this is made up out of a whole lot of particles?
Yes.
What is, excuse me, what is a particle?
A particle, it's like a molecule.
What's a molecule? I've never heard of that before.
It's really small.
Oh, is it like this big?
No, it's really small.
How small? Show me.
Right now, there's a room inside.
Whoa, let me ask you, is my thumb a particle?
No.
Why not? You said it's not that big. It's actually smaller than my 12-pound dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Krishna, should I get my cat and show you? I mean, it's smaller than my cat, too. He's sleeping. If I wake him up, he's not going to let me show you him anyway.
Okay, I will give you an easy example of molecules.
Yeah.
There's a room, a very big room. And
You're
every
in a
type
very
of
big room now. Umar, you're too old unless you have a child with you. Go on, talk. Go on, Umar. Not you, Umar, the Umar who just came in. I'm going to have to put him in the. Go on.
He left.
Yeah,
He
I put him out. Explain it to me. My thumb is smaller, is really small compared to my body. Isn't that small? Isn't that?
No, a molecule is smaller than a powder.
Than a what? Than a
Then a
pen?
powder. Powder
You
is just like a
talk.
powder is
Explain
just
it to me.
like a molecule in our whole room, like in our drawing room right now. There's lots of molecules hitting you right now, but you cannot feel that.
They're hitting me? I don't see anything hitting.
No, you cannot feel it if they are hitting you.
But they're hitting me. You just told me they're hitting me and I don't feel anything.
Well, molecules are like billions particles.
Billions and billions.
Yes.
I don't get
Everywhere. You in the city. Not the city.
Umar, do you know what H2O is?
Yes.
What is
It
it?
means hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay. How many parts? H2O.
It's a two-part. Two H2. No, I mean two hydrogen and one oxygen.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but what does it do? How? Is this H2O?
No, H2O is a water, a liquid.
Water, I can't get it right now, but water is more than just that. How many molecules is in a glass of water?
There is no molecule inside of water.
Really?
Yes.
You just told me that molecules make up everything.
No,
And
molecules,
now, what?
molecules are just gases.
Gases. What's
Yes.
a gas?
It's like we breathe, and oxygen is also a gas, also called as air.
I don't see it. I'm looking all around and I don't see any air.
Yeah. But you can feel it if it is touching you, but you cannot see it because it's visible.
No anything touching me. Here, I'm moving.
Do you have a fan in your room? Or AC?
No, actually, I don't.
If you have and turn on the switch, then it will give you air. Then you'll feel fresh.
I feel fresh right now. I took a shower today.
No, he doesn't know about chemistry.
Are you
He's
sure?
still in grade 3.
So tell me about air. Air.
Air?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about air.
Excuse me, Ali Imran, come back tomorrow. You are older than 20. It's very obvious. Bye.
It's like kicking out people from your houses.
Well, this show is for people your age, right?
Yes. But why we can't be older than 20?
Because it's for the younger kids today.
Okay.
Remember you came and there were a whole bunch of older people here and you said, "Oh, I'm bored, I'm going." Do you remember? Umar remembers. So I created a show for people under 20 to see if they would like to come and be part of the show. Ali Imran, if you have a child under 20 with you, I will bring you back. If you are younger than 20, I will bring you back. But it's hard for me to believe it when I saw you. Write it in the chat and I will respond. Thank you, Ali Imran. Okay. You can stay there, I have no problem. So tell me, Umar, we're talking about
Air.
air. Thank you, Amar.
Finally, there's one good
thing around me.
Air makes you cold. No, I'm
Air
sleeping.
makes me cold. I thought we breathe in and breathe out air.
Because of no chemistry now. Yeah, that's what I do. My sweat is coming out. Then I open the AC. Then I get cold.
And when you get cold, what do you do, Amar?
Then I turn off the AC. Then I sit here for 5 hours. Then I open 5 hours? Yeah.
What?
He said 5 hours I will sit here. Without the AC on.
Do you like AC?
Yeah. I like winter, just like cold and AC.
What do you like about AC? But the point is, you're talking about air again, and I don't see any air in this where I am right now.
It's invincible. It's like a heat.
It's invincible?
Yes.
How can anything be invincible?
You can only feel it.
Oh, you mean invisible?
Yes.
Not invincible.
He doesn't know about visible and invincible.
Well, that's why I told him. But Amar, visible is something you can see. Invisible is when you can't see it. Do you understand now?
I said invincible, not visible.
Invisible. Say it after me. Invisible. Say it.
It's like a ball. INVISBALL ball. BOLL. He doesn't know anything.
I'm not getting what he's saying. Do you get what he's saying?
He's so bad.
I don't get it.
I know. Tree. TREE. Well, that's
Okay.
easy. I don't eat. TEEE.
Let me just make this statement because people are asking in the chat. How do you join the Zoom webinar? You do it by download Zoom. After you download Zoom, you click on the GiggleFest University link that I put in there and you'll find the Zoom link. However, if you are older than 20, today I will not let you in. You need to be under 20 years old. Maybe Peter and Amar are too old for the show. How old are you, Umar?
No, I'm 50 years old and he's 100 years old.
Really?
No, Stan, you'll be damn big to the space. No. Yeah.
Say it again. I'm not sure I understood you.
He said I'm 100 years old. I'm 50 years old.
You're how old?
50.
Whoa.
You're 50? Should I kick you out?
Yeah. Okay, kick him out. Come on.
I'm curious because so many children are involved or thinking about climate change and chemistry.
Action.
Yeah. what do you think about this?
I did not really study about this right now.
Oh,
At
you haven't studied about climate change?
Do you know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know what is meant by climate change?
I
Can
don't
you
really.
help him understand it? It's like you brought up a very good topic, but I think we need to explain it to him. And
Right.
since you brought it up,
I can explain. Well, and I'm thinking about chemistry on the lines of chemistry and climate change, and that's why it came to me. Climate change is happening all around you. It happens with our weather, with wow,
Wait,
what was that?
Weather, climate, that's in my geography.
In your geography? Okay.
right,
But it's also a scientific reaction that we as humans are having. In other words, the air you breathe is good right now. But what if you walked outside and there was a big plant and all of this black smoke was coming into the air? That would change. That would change the air that you breathe, that goes into your lungs, that can make you sick. Climate change can also have effect on your weather. It is hot enough in Saudi Arabia. Can you imagine it being 10, 20, 30 degrees hotter? Or the sandstorms that are never ending. This is climate change. Do you know anything about the Arctic? About the Arctic and icebergs and any of this?
can I make it a little simpler?
Yeah,
or
yeah, make
it simpler.
Mhm.
Have you ever had an ice cube in your hand? And you just keep it in your hand. What happens to the ice cube?
That melts.
Right. And the ice cube is changing, right? Is that a chemical reaction?
No.
You're wrong, Amar. Is that a chemical thing when it changes? Okay. In the Arctic, have you ever heard of the glaciers?
No, I've not.
They're like big, major chunks of ice. We could walk on a glacier, okay? That's how big they are. It's getting warmer now, and the glaciers are melting. And polar bears are having trouble living there because that's where they live, where it's really cold. Does that help you understand that a little better?
Yes.
Okay, now that's part of climate change. In Saudi Arabia, has it been hotter recently than it was in the past?
Yes.
That is climate change. Where I live now, where I live in Washington, D.C., right now it's usually very cool. And okay, we're going to try this. It's usually very cool. And when it's cool, the leaves change. But the leaves are not changing as quickly now because of climate change. It's not as cool. Yesterday it was really cold and rained most of the, it was cloudy and it was rainy. Today it was supposed to be like that, but right now I see the sun is out and I'm like, why am I sitting here instead of where I normally would sit? These are all signs of climate change. Let me just see who Ali Imran is. Ali, you need to sit up or I will put you back in the white room. You need to do not unmute yourself. If you do not sit up, I will put you back in the white room. Did you hear me? He's not moving. I'll put you back in the white room if you do not sit up straight. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
He's still not. Do you understand what I just said to you?
Yes, yes, I understand.
Then sit up. You may not lay down in the show at the show.
Okay, okay, okay.
Not tomorrow. You need to sit up now. You know
Tomorrow,
what?
nahi.
I don't believe he's 19. Do you, Pamela?
I don't know.
I think he's 30.
I think he's a little older though.
Yeah, I think he needs to come back tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You can
thank
come
you.
back tomorrow. You may not be here today. I don't like it when people do that.
Yeah.
It's very disrespectful. It's disrespectful to these two boys. It's disrespectful to me. I know that it's been me and Pamela for most of the show, but the reason that is because I'm not letting people over 20 come. And if you come and you lie to me and say you're younger, I may not let you in tomorrow because you were even disrespectful to me and the kids right now, Ali Imran. You need to think about what you're doing and what you are saying because it's inappropriate.
Well, actually, if you lie, then if you lie like 3 times, then I if even though you have danger around you, and you tell the person, help me to fight this danger, they will not listen to you because you are lying to them,
Right.
even though you're telling the truth.
Absolutely. There's a story about that, the boy who cried wolf. Do you know
Yep.
that story? Tell
I
me the
remember
story.
a boy who cried for a wolf. One day he was sitting under a tree. Then he was bored. Then he had an idea because he was bored. He wanted to have some fun. So he went up the hill, said, "Wolf, wolf, wolf, there's a wolf chasing the sheep." Uh, then the farmers come with their weapons to fight the wolf. Then when they go look for the wolf, they realized he was lying.
Okay. Now, did
And
he do that ever again?
he did again.
He did
And
three.
what happened?
At the
And the second time he did the same, and the third time he did the same, and the fourth time the wolf really came.
And did he get help when he cried wolf the fourth time? Why not?
because the farmer thought he was lying again,
Right.
fooling again.
So what happened to him?
The sheep ran away. At the evening, uh, the farmers thought, why didn't he come back with the sheeps. And
What
then
did-
they find it out
so
the boy was weeping and
why
said,
was
"Why?"
he weeping?
Because they didn't come. So the sheep ran away in the forest.
And the
Right.
wolf.
So what did the farmer think? Was the farmer happy with him?
No.
No, not at all.
He was angry.
And people wonder why I get annoyed about that for this show. This show is really for you guys under 20. It's not for me and Pamela to speak for half an hour.
No. Well, and the thing of it is, it's like taking the time to teach them something that they don't know about, climate change. You know,
Let's go back to climate change.
yeah,
What
we
did you
take it
want
for
to talk
granted that everyone knows what it is, but they don't.
Have you heard about climate change before, Umar? I bet Amar is really annoyed with me right now.
And now
don't-
get
What is
inside.
he doing? What is this? Is he playing the fake drums?
Yeah, sometimes he thinks like he's a nail and the hammer is hitting him to go inside.
The nail.
Ah, gotcha. So back to climate change. What do you think about it, my friend?
Well, the weather climate depends on the anemometer and on the weather.
Okay, so what do we need to help protect climate change?
Uh, I don't really know.
You want to try this with them?
Okay. Do you realize that you, just like your chemistry, have an effect on climate with what you do?
No.
Okay. When you go outside, where do you put your trash? When you go to, and where?
Inside the bin.
Okay. What do you do with your plastic Coca-Cola bottle and your things from McDonald's?
They went to recycle.
Okay. Very good. So you are helping climate change by doing something like this. And it's just that simple. Okay?
This trash there
Okay.
of popcorn.
A popcorn?
What about popcorn?
He loves popcorn.
Hey, I have
Go
Cheetos.
ahead, but I can't eat it anymore.
Oh.
Then look, it's all over there.
I know he loves French fries. So, you don't have in your school talks about climate change?
They do talk about it, but a little bit only.
Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now in Saudi, you're talking about recycling. So does your family recycle?
Yes.
Very good. Um,
The
okay.
Saudi minister.
Arabia.
Uh-huh.
No, the Saudi ministers. They have a company of recycling.
Oh, okay. Very good to know. So at your school, do they have places to put your recycle? Like if you don't eat all of your food, do they have a place to put this? And your cups and your bowls. Okay, very good. Do you know that you are helping with climate change? Give yourself a hand. Okay. Okay. It's like chemistry. If we don't do something, for every action, clap your hands. For every action, there is a reaction. You hear the sound, you feel it. If we do not do something, the seas are going to rise. It's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter for us to live on this planet. Animals will die, trees will die, there will be no food. It's very, very serious. And it is up to us. We can't depend on anyone else
If
to do
animals
what
die, we
we
can have
should do
food.
for ourselves.
If animals die, we can have food.
There's always a bright side. But
I get what he was saying.
oh, if the animals die, we have food. But Umar, the sad thing is in Africa, and I have talked to people there, it's called a drought. You don't have this in Saudi. You have permanent drought. You only have green places where there's irrigation to bring the water, like big tubes and stuff to bring the water. But around the world, like in Africa, they have had many droughts where all the animals have died. If the animal died, well, first of all, if the food dies, because it's a big circle, if the food dies that the animal eats and there's no water, sooner or later the people die because we are all dependent on this big circle of life. Okay, it's not just in Lion King. Okay, the circle of life. Right now there is a very, very huge problem, and it's not just one country, one town, one city. It is the whole world. We're all in this together, and it will affect you and your kids and your baby brother more than it will affect anything. We can't stop it, but we can slow it down. Okay? So proud of you for what you're doing. Okay? That is climate change. And this is why this is so neat. And I'm going to say this again for Carla so people out there understand. Monday through Thursday is for adults. But lots of times we get in such discussion and it's so over the heads of these children that climate change would have been above their heads. So this is why Carla has this show for the children under 20 or the younger crowd, so that we can do what we did this morning. Take the time to talk about climate change. It's a big topic. It's a very important topic. Okay.
Or take the time for anything. That
Right.
cannot be done unless, it needs to be for the age
Right.
group.
Right.
If they came and they were hearing adults talk about it, it's a different conversation.
Yeah.
And they get bored, and I don't blame them. If I sat and you guys were talking about politics, I probably would walk out of the room.
Right.
It's not, I have my feelings about it, please. I am knowledgeable, but it isn't something that I want to spend my time with.
Right.
The same thing with the kids.
Well, I'm curious. You've got to have other subjects in school besides chemistry. So tell us something else.
I already spoke about chemistry, physics, math,
In
biology.
6th grade, you are having physics and chemistry? We didn't have these
there-
till high school.
There are things that you do in science that are physics,
Yeah.
but we don't teach the kids that.
No,
He
not here.
like the moving trucks or the moving, something going down a hill and how quick it goes.
Yeah.
That's physics.
Yeah.
Does anybody
but-
knows what physics means? I know.
Tell us.
No, somebody else should know also.
No, we want to hear from you.
Physics means that, like, the experiments and the test of everything is same. It's more different than chemistry.
Now, have you done chemistry experiments yet?
No.
No, not yet. Okay.
We do it at our chemistry lab.
Okay. So, do you have a computer lab?
True. When you put chocolate
Well.
into milk, doesn't it become chocolate milk?
Yes.
That's a science experiment. When your mom makes eggs and cracks the egg open and maybe adds some vegetables or something to the egg, that is a science experiment. We don't think of it that way, but it is. Cooking is science. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not being clear.
Yes, you are being clear.
Yes, you are.
So tell me what I just told you.
Everything is science experiment, like an egg. When you crack it, put vegetables, anything, it's still a science experiment.
And cooking is a science experiment.
Making cookies. That's right, because you're adding all kinds of elements. In cookies, you have sugar, you have flour, you have vanilla. Pamela knows more than I know when it comes to this.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you put them together and they turn into a cookie.
Right. Baking is an exact science. Just cooking eggs and vegetables is not. Do you know why?
Why?
Why baking is an exact science and you must follow the recipe? Because everything, say you have 1 teaspoon, you have a fourth of a cup, you have whatever, it must be exactly in that order for it to turn out right. Otherwise, your cookies may be like flying saucers because you put too much of something in them or not. Baking is an exact science, okay? Where cooking is not. You can add, more gram masala, more hot peppers, whatever you might like when you're just cooking. But when you're baking, it's exact science, okay?
Like we are baking a cake in our home
Right.
oven.
We need flour, we need chocolate, we need
Eggs,
and
lots of things.
meat.
Right. But if you don't measure them correctly, this is your science experiment. If you don't measure them correctly, that cake could not rise, okay? It could be this big. So that's, that is a science experiment. I have twin girls, and one of their teachers in one of their classes had all the students have measuring cups and spoons, and they made pizza. And they were learning what's called fractions. Do you know what fractions are?
Fractions are half.
Hey, wow, that kid is smart, Carla. You are amazing. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, say, a half of a cup, a fourth of a cup. Kids were using fractions in math, and then they actually made the pizza, and then they got to cut it in half. They got to cut it in fourth, and eighths, and twelfths, and so on and so forth.
If we have one pizza and 5 students, we can't give them all. We can half and give them.
Right. So you cut it in little slices or whatever. But it was a great way to learn math. And the kids had fun. They didn't realize they were learning math. They were learning fractions. But it was fun, a fun way to learn. And
well, actually, math helps science to measure.
Yes. Yeah.
And these experiment cups, anything you want to call it, these have like numbers to measure it, like centimeters, meters.
Right. Now
Everything kg, gram.
Right. You learn the metric system there, right? Okay. I still cannot figure out the metric system. And we learn, what's it called, Carla? It's like you
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I
can't think of it. It's like when you tell us how hot it is there, you tell us in Fahrenheit.
And Fahrenheit. However, right now, Alexa, what degrees Celsius is it right now?
1 Celsius is worth $0.0606 US dollars, down 5.8% over the last 24 hours.
Okay, let me try it again. Alexa, it is 70 degrees outside, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? Alexa?
He's shy.
What is 70 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
Celsius.
21.1 degrees Celsius.
21.1 degrees Celsius.
Oh, yeah.
My ears are broken.
What?
Right.
Say it again.
He said my ears are broken. That doesn't even make any sense.
You didn't hear Alexa talk?
I heard.
Okay.
But I didn't make sense.
Yeah, but see, here in America, we go by Fahrenheit, where you go by Celsius. So for us, we have to think, what is this? When you tell us it's, whatever it is there in Saudi as far as the heat. It's the same thing when I was in Europe. They don't use the same measurements that we do. So you have to switch the brain and think, what is this? So, it's just different things that we learn. Okay. Tell us something exciting. Oh, where are you going? Oh, it's his turn now. Okay, Umar. It's your turn. Talk to us. Tell us something exciting. Look at that smile. What'd you do today?
It was my school trip in Wednesday.
Okay, I didn't understand. Say it again.
Field trip. It's a trip. TRI.
Oh, you went on a trip at school?
Yes.
Where did you go?
Craft Mall.
You went to a mall?
At Craft Mall.
What's at this mall?
Atya Mall.
Atiaf Mall. What is there?
Is that a mall?
There's everything able. It's a tomorrow is also a field trip. I don't know how much field trip we'll get.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow we are going to Sky Zone. It's the biggest trampoline.
Wow. What do you do there?
We jump, then go to space.
No.
Really?
No.
We would
Jump.
need like a lot of fuel, not your legs.
We jump, we can get higher because
So-
of the spring.
So it's like a trampoline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a trampoline, the biggest trampoline.
Wow.
Sky Zone.
Is that at the mall or is that somewhere else?
It's somewhere else. It's not a mall.
Okay.
When we enter, then we see a huge trampoline. I don't know if that.
Do you have like ropes on you so when you jump real high?
No, we can only jump with our legs.
Oh, okay. What else do you do at Sky Zone?
We just jump. There's shooting balls, I think.
Oh, wow.
There's a gun that we can shoot. Not hard balls, only soft balls at each other.
Oh, okay.
And there's like a crane of balls. A crane of balls.
And there's also
Full
a
of
punching bag.
Okay.
We love punching everything.
You're boys, that's normal. What's your favorite food to eat?
Biryani.
Biryani? Okay. What's your favorite fruit?
Chicken legs
You like chicken legs?
and biryani.
And biryani. Okay. Okay. Do you like ice cream?
Yes.
What's your favorite ice
Who
cream?
doesn't like ice cream? Everybody likes ice cream.
Believe it or not,
My favorite
go ahead,
No.
Carla.
No,
is vanilla.
vanilla.
Wow.
That's no fun.
You already know what's my favorite flavor.
How? I
Oh.
don't know it.
Chocolate.
Okay. Have you ever had a banana split?
No.
I don't know what.
You don't know what a banana split is? Okay. It's a banana. It's a banana which is split in two, put in a cup or put in a big bowl. You have chocolate ice cream, strawberry ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Then you
And-
have chocolate topping, strawberry topping, and you can have caramel or whatever topping. Then you have nuts. Then you have a cherry on top and mounds and mounds of whipped cream. That's a banana split. Okay.
I would not put like what do you say again? A whipped cream.
You don't like whipped cream?
I like it.
We get a banana and cut it to pieces and cut it into two pieces and put it in a cup. Then we drink it.
Oh, okay. So you make a banana shake.
Yep. I
Have-
know how to.
Do you know what? Okay, you could do this with cola, but it's called a root beer float. It's a type of pop. Have you?
I would rather. I will not put it on my ice cream. I will just open my mouth and put it inside.
No,
Okay.
he'll not get a glass. He'll get a big mug. Then
Goodness. Okay, have you ever heard of a float?
that's why we grow this tummy.
Hey!
Have you boys heard of heard of a float? Do you know
Yeah.
what a float is? Okay. A float can be a round
Just like a
tire
balloon.
that you can use in the swimming pool and you can float. Okay? Or
It's a
take
balloon.
take a glass and put ice cream in it and then pour your cola over it. That's a float. Okay?
I think that float we can fly float.
Okay. You would rather float in the water, right?
Yeah. If you put
Okay.
a paper boat in the water, it will not float.
Okay. Okay, well, Carla,
I actually think it's time to end the show. Sorry, guys, but I want to thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. But next week, come on time if you can.
Okay.
Actually, Berea should be back, and I think Mariam may be coming next week. I'm just sort of talking with her now. But with that, and Dad, I want you to come to the over 20 crowd group.
Okay, no problem. Inshallah, we'll try our level best to come one time.
Just come. Maybe even if it's only once a week, I want you coming.
Okay, ma'am. Inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And with that, I want to remind people that we are here sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an organization promoting peace one conversation at a time. Usually there's more conversations going on here, but today it was only 2. But I'm so happy these guys came. And I will be back here for any age tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Don't come here and say you're under 20 if you're not. You have 4 days that you can come to the show. During those 4 days, you can come. Let the under 20 crowd get their turn now. And I'm not going to bring in people who are older than 20 for this show, ever. I'd rather talk to Pamela for an hour than have changed that.
Yeah.
In fact, I once had an under 20 person. I had several co-hosts here, and she said there's too many adults. I'm not coming when you have less adults. And I came to the conclusion that only 3 people over 20 can be at the show at any given under 20 group. And that's because of people like you, Umar and Amar.
Yeah.
I have a question. At Tuesday, I have a field trip.
Excuse me, you can ask your question and then I need to get off.
Okay.
Off.
Where are you going? At the state museum.
No, we are going to an amusement park.
What's your question?
What's your question?
I'm really excited to go there.
Oh.
To go where?
To the field trip.
And I'm also excited to go at the
Are you going on the same field trip together?
No, we are at different
Sky
schools.
Zone. He's going to museum park.
No, amusement park.
What's amusement?
You're going to an amusement park tomorrow, Umar?
No, after tomorrow.
And I'm going tomorrow. Sky Zone.
Cool.
Okay. With
Well, you're gonna fly, Umar, okay? At the Sky Zone. Okay.
And with that, we're going to wave goodbye and laugh ourselves off. Oh,